Okay, let's walk through call number 2 and see how it goes.
Hello.
Yes, hi. My name's Tim. I'm calling with Keller Williams Realty. I was calling about your property for sale on Passionvine Circle. Is that property still available, or did you get it sold already?
You can see there that even though I had scanned the property just prior to her picking up the call, that she had caught me off guard when she picked up. One difference when calling for sale by owners is that instead of asking for the person by name, we actually reference the street name of the property itself. And you can see that I had a quick pause there where I had to actually look at the street name while I was right in the middle of delivering that introductory line. That kind of threw my rhythm off a little bit. So always anticipate the call being answered, even if the dialer's been going for a while with no pickups. And it's kind of like a batter in baseball taking several pitches before getting the right pitch. You have to be ready every single time that the pitcher throws a ball. And in this case, the dialer dialing each number is the same as a pitcher winding up and throwing the pitch.
It's still available. I got an offer last night.
I'm sorry, what happened last night?
I got an offer last night, but we haven't signed.
Okay, you did get an offer. Okay, do you think that you're likely to sign, or are you still open to other buyers and offers?
I'm open to other buyers and offers for the right price. I'm going to be showing it. The reason I haven't signed is because I only started showing it last week. I've only showed it 2 different days, and I have some people lined up that have been asking me to see it, and I haven't had time. So I want to show it to them.
Okay, no problem.
You see how she said that she had an offer but wants to keep showing it? Well, what does that mean? It means that the offer was not to her satisfaction. So don't get thrown off when they tell you that kind of stuff.
And let me ask you, are you cooperating with brokers?
Yeah, 2.5%.
2.5%. Okay, very good. And I know you've been getting a ton of calls and stuff, so I just had a couple of quick questions about the house. I'll be super brief. Is that okay with you?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I know you've been getting a ton of calls. I just had a couple quick questions about the house, so I'll be super brief. Is that okay with you if I just ask you a couple of quick questions about the house?
Yeah.
You notice her lack of interest here? I can feel that she does not want to engage. When I asked her permission, I waited until I got an answer. She said yes, even though you can tell she probably didn't want to. So you see, the power of asking for permission is very powerful. I knew that she didn't want to be talking to me, but once she gave me permission, she was kind of on the hook because people like to be good people and they don't want to go back on their word. So I've got her for the rest of this conversation, even though I can tell she'd rather be doing anything else like watching paint dry at this point, because you can see I still have no rapport with her.
Okay, excellent. Can you tell me a little bit about it? I know it's in a great area. I've looked at the photos. The property looks great. Is there anything else you can tell me about the property? I've got a couple buyers that are interested in the area, and I'm just wondering if it's okay if we add this property to our list of inventory to present to them.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Is there anything else you might be able to tell me about the house?
I did some changes to it. There's on the description I pretty much put it. It's a 3-bedroom, but I opened up the 3rd bedroom and made it like my living area because I didn't need 3 bedrooms.
Okay, at this point, I can tell she's totally disinterested and almost disengaged, and I still have no rapport. This is the section to build that rapport. And I myself become a bit disinterested because I need to take her all the way through the script. Here's an important lesson though. Never, ever prejudge the call. While you're in the middle of the call or anything like that, you have to go all the way through.
It can easily be converted to So a 3-bedroom by just closing off that one wall.
Okay, so they can convert it back. So it's a 2-bedroom, but they can convert it back to a 3. Okay.
Yeah, I mean the space is there, and it's a full 3. It's a full 3rd bedroom, but I opened up that wall because I just wanted more living area. It was for I've been there by myself, so I didn't really need 3 bedrooms.
So that probably adds quite a bit of space, though, doesn't it? If someone doesn't need that 3rd bedroom, I'll bet that probably is very nice.
Yeah, it's very comfortable.
Okay, excellent. And just curious, when the home sells, where were you planning on going next? Are you staying local or leaving the area?
I'm already in San Diego.
Oh, San Diego. Awesome. What's in San Diego?
I have my stuff there. My fiance and I are living in San Diego. I got a good job offer over here, so.
Perfect. I'm actually from Southern California myself and moved this way. So San Diego is beautiful. Yeah, I love it. Well, that's exciting. Let me ask you, how much were you asking for the home again?
$639.
$639. Okay, great. And how did you determine that price?
You notice that when I'm off script, I go right back to the next line of the script naturally. When you're off script, it should be only for the purpose of building rapport or fact finding, and then directly take them right back to the next line of the script. Just make it natural.
Based on what's sold recently, my son is an attorney, and he's also a licensed realtor. He sent me the comps.
Okay.
The son of an attorney and licensed agent. Well, that's not good. So that might be tough to overcome, but there is a way to do it, so don't give up. For example, the other person might be busy, he's an attorney, may not have time to fool around with this, he might not be a full-time professional. So in order for us to make it right with the mom to deal with us and not the son, we can always offer to give them a referral fee or have them consult on the deal while they still get access to our powerful programs, etc. But there's a way to actually include the son or the relative. And just because a relative is an agent doesn't mean that a family member necessarily wants to do business with them and expose all of their personal info. Sometimes it's a little more comfortable for them to deal with an outside professional, but there is a way to make it right financially. And usually I offer up a referral and have them consult or something like that. And about half the time they'll actually go for it. And we don't know what's going on in their personal relationship. She did say that the son was out of town for 2 weeks or whatever, so he doesn't sound like he's too engaged. The point is, don't let your energy or enthusiasm drop just because you may hear some discouraging information like that.
Okay, so
there
you
have been some comps for $620, but they weren't really renovated.
Right. Okay. And if I have a buyer who wants to make an offer, is there any flexibility in that price?
Yeah, everything's negotiable. Okay. I mean, I want my bottom line to be around 610. So
610. Okay. So you think 610 would be kind of the best you could do on that if they were ready to go right now?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
Again, I got a good offer yesterday. I have another guy that saw it. He says he's coming in with cash, but that's not in writing. But I got a good offer in writing yesterday. I want to see what else, I want to show it a couple more times and see. So.
These for sale by owner sellers don't think of offers the same way that agents do. To an agent, an offer's in writing or it doesn't exist. To a seller, especially an eager seller, a verbal hypothetical number thrown out, like I'm about to do in the next section, is seen as an offer. That's why imagined for sale by owner offers seem to never materialize or they're lowball, which results in several disappointments for the seller over the course of a week or two. That's why our follow-up is so important.
Yep, no, I totally understand. It looks like you've got a great home, and I think you probably can get it sold as long as you're putting the time and effort in, which it looks like you have. I do have something that might help you, especially because it sounds like the showings and stuff like that are like, if you're already in San Diego, that can be a little bit stressful for all of that. I do have something that might show you how to automate that for yourself while you are selling it on your own. It's a video. It'll show you how to set up and schedule the showings, how to automate that process, how to qualify your buyers, because you don't want a bunch of random people running through the house at all different times. It'll show you what marketing attracts like real buyers and what kind of marketing is a waste of money. And it looks like you already did the professional photos and stuff. It gives you some instruction on that too, but you already got that. I can also, just to be helpful while you're selling it on your own, send you a link to my marketing page that just shows all of the marketing that I use on my listings. It'll give you an idea of the marketing tools and techniques to attract the highest paying and most qualified buyers in the market. And you're probably saying, well, why would you do that? I'm selling it on my own without an agent. And to be transparent with you, I'd want to help you with that because, one, there's a good chance that you probably can sell it on your own for what you want to. And then if for some reason, since you are out of town in a month or so, if it's still on the market, you decide to list with an agent, I'd like to be the agent to apply for the job. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
See how, even though that's a long section, I deliver it in a conversational or teaching tone? Also, did you pick up on that trial close at the end? Does that make sense to keep her engaged?
Okay. And with your permission, I'll follow up in a week or so to see how you're doing.
My son was going to list it for me. He's out of town until June 15th. So okay. I was in Florida. I decided to just list it and show it on my own for now. Okay. And when he comes back, that was the idea.
Is your son an agent here in Broward?
Yeah. He's a real estate attorney, but he's also a licensed realtor. So.
Okay, no problem with that at all. And you should be very proud. I'm sure you're a proud mom. So,
notice how the objection came right after the trial close. Objections always come after a close attempt because without a close, there's nothing to object to. Selling really only begins after the close. Everything else that you hear is either a blow off or a stall.
Well, very good. I'm still going to send that to you just to help you if that's okay. And if for whatever reason, something somewhere, I'm here, I'm available to serve you if that's the case. And I'm going to be adding this to my listed inventory. I have a lot of clients that like Weston. It's a lot of properties are hard to come by right there. So like I say, I'm going to add that. I'll shoot you over that video that we talked about in a link just to maybe help you out with sprucing up, really getting the marketing out there. Otherwise, you're going to have maybe a bunch of tire kickers coming around, that sort of thing.
I could have handled the son objection right here, but I chose to treat it like a complaint and ignore it until my first follow-up because my rapport with her and her level of interest isn't high enough at this point.
And if you need anything else, I'm here to serve. So maybe in a week or so, I'll follow up and see how it's going. And I'll send this out to my database and see if I can maybe bring a buyer this weekend too. Sound like a plan?
Did you hear that trial close for the follow-up? You can still hear the indifference in her voice, but she agreed to the follow-up. She was indifferent when I first asked permission to ask about the property, yet here she is 10 minutes later still talking to me. That's the power of asking for permission and the trial close.
All right, sounds good.
All right, it was a pleasure talking to you.
This is a classic disinterested for sale by owner seller that's new to the market, so they've got a lot of hope and they aren't particularly interested in speaking with agents yet. I struggled to gain rapport in the beginning, but still managed to make it through the entire script. Don't prejudge the call. This listing appointment will be built through follow-up as her hope dwindles if she doesn't get it sold. Don't give up on the call. Try to make it all the way to the end of the script. Notice how tightly I stuck to the script, even though it may not have sounded like it. I've got my script built into my auto dialer there, as you can see, for easy access, and I always have it in front of me, even though I already know it. If you know why you're saying certain things, you're much less likely to deviate from the script. You can go back to Module 2 for more detailed breakdown from time to time as you start using it. Now, most agents have a tendency to abandon their scripts or sections of it over time because of a lack of understanding and success. They don't realize that the lack of success that they're having or not having comes from leaving out certain sections of their scripts and dialogues. There are exceptions to this rule, however, but you have to know why you're doing it. Finally, your tonality may sound a little reedy at first. Don't worry about your tonality. That will improve over time as you internalize the script. Go back and watch these call videos and say your script out loud with me as I'm actually making the call to help you improve with that.